Welcome to Beyond the Games, your daily insight into Guernsey 2023. Proudly sponsored by SG Kleinwort Hambros Bank Limited, Guernsey branch and Jersey branch. Gozo is competing at its first Island Games this summer. Joyce Faruja told us all about Gozo and why it was so important to the island to join the International Island Games Association.
Gozo is one of the islands in the Maltese archipelago. There are 5 islands. And Gozo is the second largest. The biggest is the mother island is Malta. Gozo is the second inhabited island because on Comino there is a family of 3 persons still living on the island, but it's almost uninhabited. The other 2 islands are inhabited. They are just a big rock, sort of. So Gozo is the sister island of Malta. For us, Gozitans, we are very proud to say that it's charmer than Malta. It's still very rural. There aren't so many people. It's not densely populated as Malta is. So there are many people. And with Malta joining the EU, there are more European nationals here in Gozo, especially Italians and Sicilians. And Gozo's charm is apparent once you step on the island. There is a 25-minute ferry crossing. So if someone is coming from abroad, he first goes in Malta, because the airport is in Malta. Will make you feel at home once you step on the island. You can feel it. You can feel it. Even when I go to Malta, when I step to Gozo, I can feel even the air is not so much dense. Besides, as I told you, it is much greener, more rural, and it is 1/3 the size of Malta. Many say that Gozo is much more for the retired people or to relax or as a holiday. I can admit that I am on the mother island in Malta. You have much more opportunities for work. For our students to study and to get a degree or a master's, they need to go to Malta and live there for how long the course is. Even for work, our first experience of work is in Malta. Once you get, even with the government, with the civil service, once you get work within the civil service, your first experience will be in Malta.
But even though there's that close relationship with Malta through education and work and transport,
yes,
it seems people come back to Gozo. There's obviously that real draw for
Yes,
Gozitans.
there are some people that go to work in Malta and return back every day.
Wow, okay.
Which is a hassle because 4 hours, because you need 2 hours to go and 2 hours to come back. 4 hours of your day, which are precious. but many prefer to come here back to Gozo.
Comparing it to Guernsey, we have more visitors during the spring and summer months. Is that similar in Gozo, or is it more?
It was still that the summer month, that the tourist months were only, but nowadays there are tourists who come also in winter. As Gozitans and the Ministry for Gozo is launching these thematic festivals during the winter months, like this Christmas in Gozo, or Easter in Gozo, or the Good Friday in Gozo. He is organizing all these events. And many people come over to visit during these months as well. And I'm not talking about tourists from other countries. We have also internal tourism. Many Maltese come over to Gozo during these months for these festivities and for these festivals.
On to the Island Games then, because that's a huge benefit to the member islands when they host in terms of tourism. So Guernsey, this...
Yes, I know, because we tried to book hotels or B&Bs, but we found nothing. Everything is full,
Why has Gozo chosen to join the Island Games family? And why did the decision come about?
In 2018, a friend of mine, Jonathan Barbara, he told me about these games. And back then in 2018, I have expressed this dream of Jonathan to the Gozo Sports Board, but it didn't materialize. Then in 2021, another friend of mine, Kevin Azzopardi, approached me again, and that Gozo can become a member in this association. I told him that way back in 2018, we tried something, but Kevin was adamant Gozo can participate. So we have sent an application to the International Island Games Association. The Ministry for Gozo strongly believes that this is a unique opportunity for sports and give Gozitan athletes the chance to represent their native island. Because as it is, Gozitans first has to compete in Malta. Lately, we had the Games of Small States of Europe held in Malta. We only had one Gozitan athlete. All the others were Maltese. So we have very little chance. But with this opportunity, we are giving the Gozitan athletes a goal where they can spread their wings. They can go and represent Gozo internationally now.
In terms of the Gozitan athlete that competed in the small states competition for Malta recently, who was that? Will they be here in Guernsey this summer?
We are not sure about it. He is Marcello Attard. He was taking part in the shooting discipline, and he got a silver medal. He was listed as one of our athletes. But I think during that time he has a competition in Italy that forms part in the Olympics. Yeah. But if Marcello does not join us, Marlon, his brother, is joining us, and he is a good athlete too, because we have good athletes here in Gozo.
Yeah. So I've got here that Gozo's competing in athletics, cycling.
Yes,
swimming.
I have table tennis, athletics, triathlon, shooting, swimming, and football.
So there's going to be quite a few Gozitans.
Yes. And what I can say is that the Ministry for Gozo is currently investing heavily in sports facilities on the island. In fact, a brand new aquatic center and sports complex is due to complete it by the end of this year.
So there's already that momentum and inward investment, as you said.
Yes.
Yes.
In the future, we have the upgrading of the Gozo horse racing track, which it's going to. There are going to be more outdoor facilities in it. These facilities were all visited by the International Island Games delegation when they were here.
Do you think that one day Gozo will look to host the Island Games?
Yes, we are looking forward to that. First, I want to see that these facilities are there, and then we will submit our application. We look forward to submit an application so that we can one day host these games. It will be, as you can see in Guernsey, you have so much tourism going on.
Yeah.
Okay, preparations and everything, but we look forward to that time. Yeah.
How many people from the Gozo team will be coming over?
We have 40 athletes, 20 regarding the football, and 20 other athletes in the different disciplines that I mentioned earlier. The Gozitan contingent is going to be around 67 people, but it includes the medical team, the gig officials, VIPs. We have 2 parents of 3 minors which are participating, and we have the Gozo Football Association officials as well, and the media.
Are there any other sports that you're feeling confident in the Gozotan teams?
We are feeling confident in shooting, as I told you.
You sound like you've got real talent.
Yes, especially if Marcello comes with us. Yeah. But we also are seeing athletics and also swimming. It is our first experience. We didn't know what we expecting because we didn't expect a large number of athletes, but we had athletes that fared well according to these minimum qualification standards that we drafted last October. So this is our first experience. We'll see.
Beyond the Games, proudly sponsored by SG Kleinwort Hambros Bank Limited, Guernsey branch and Jersey branch.